Today, that real estate portfolio of only apartments is about $750 million.
That's just you and Sophie, no
That's
partners,
just no
like
investors,
crap,
no investors, no nothing. It gives us conservatively about $500,000 a month, whether we like it or not. I failed at the third grade. I mean, who fails at the third grade? You got to be really, third grade failing, and then I only got to the ninth grade. This is available to anybody, man. I had nobody that had any money. I didn't have any money. Know anybody who had good credit. We lived on Rent-A-Center. There was not that there for me. This takes, I would say honestly, a year to learn. So imagine investing in a year of knowing this game. A lot of people, don't want to spend time there and they want to just skip that. This can change your life forever, and you can start with a
You have been in the real estate game for how long?
give or take 25 years.
You ever have a real estate license?
Never.
Never.
A real estate license, Ryan, it's a great way if you really want to know about the basic real estate, but I can be honest with you, at least for me, you can get that on Google. Sophie and I became financially free without that license. We heavily believe in real estate in all cycles.
I think licenses are agreements to be regulated by the government anyway. If you have a license, you probably couldn't do a lot of the stuff that you do. It's
1,000%.
It's not unethical. It's just you have all of a sudden a fiduciary duty.
They put you in a
somebody.
box.
Yep,
they put
exactly.
you in a box, and this great country we live in, dude, it's about not being in a box.
Yeah.
It's about having the freedom to create so many things in your life, and I think real estate is definitely one of many. Every time I skip stages, it's just been devastation for me.
You learn the worst lessons the worst way when you skip the process, man.
Dude, the invoice is horrible.
The foundation was not built. You cannot live there for long.
I started with single family, and what happened was I made a big mistake, man. I started single family thinking I had my mojo, buying one or two, and then immediately skipping right over to multifamily. Not only skipping in multifamily, going really big in multifamily, crushed.
Apartments or duplexes? Okay,
apartments. So I was doing single families.
Okay.
Maybe I got up to maybe 5. And
Really?
then
You
I
went
thought I was
quick.
ready for the big league, but it was a disaster.
Oh.
I had no clue what I was doing. I bought a few homes thinking I did, and not realizing the fundamentals of actually how the game is worked. So we pivoted, we went really big, almost filed bankruptcy because of it, interviewing with bankruptcy attorneys. Then during that course of visiting bankruptcy attorneys, went back to basic and said, I'll never skip a process in my life. Went back into single family homes, bought 1, 2, all the way to 17, understood it, package of 17, I sold it. Sophie and I sold it. Then we said, we're gonna go to multifamily. In multifamily apartments, it's 5 units or more. Anything below 5 is considered residential.
Okay.
So what I did was, okay, I'm gonna go to a duplex. In my mind, I said a duplex is a multifamily. So we bought 2, 3. I was so obsessed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Didn't get to 13, got to 14. My point being is that I wanted to go door by door and learn this process. Simply now went to the next stage because we maximized the stage we're at. We did learn everything.
Right.
We're very bullish in no matter cycles. We're now developing 3 multifamily apartments, brand new. And this is during a time when everyone's saying, oh, real estate. No one realizes, dude, that real estate is a play and an investment, regardless, it's in demand.
Yep.
It's in constant demand. Good times in the market, low times in the market.
What's so funny is human beings think they can do some shit in a year and they think 25 years is forever, but then when you get to a certain age, you're like, shit, 25 years isn't that long.
And you guys don't have to make that same mistake. It was 25 years, but we did it under 15 years when we learned it.
Right? Yeah, because you said you had a little period
You got
where you
it.
fucked
We
it up,
burnt and wasted 10 friggin'
Yep.
years trying to skip this process constantly. Now, I didn't have this ecosystem to be around some good integrity with the information, to be able to help me digest it and help me scale and pivot to these investments. That is a part-time gig, this real estate, this 2,500 units. It does not have a personality. It's very consistent. I get millions of dollars in tax depreciations constantly, which is the biggest win in the stage that Sophie and I are in. Today, we sit on a $500 million personal net worth. Real estate does its job for us. We do not give it energy. All it is again, on the buy. Real estate's only on the buy. If you buy it right, you put the correct debt on it for the purpose of that bridge, it'll do it'll do its job. It'll do its job. Now, know what I know today, and because I didn't get any investors, I had nobody that had any money. I didn't have any money. Know anybody who had good credit? We lived on Rent-A-Center. There was not that there for me. And a lot of people ask me, Bobby, man, would you go out and get investors? Absolutely yes, because I know what the heck I'm doing. That means another younger Bobby, another younger Sophie, or whatever. If you're 55 like me, you can do it. This doesn't take a long time. A lot of people think investing, you have to invest your money, your time. When you invest your time, there's no better reward on that time if you really invest it correctly.
In multifamily, rent doesn't go down. When in your life has anybody said, you know what? We're gonna lower your rent this month? It's never happened to me. You know what I mean? It's never happened to any tenant that I've ever rented, and everybody in the room here shaking their head like rent's always gonna be the same or up.
And financing is even actually hassle-free, easier. When you get over 5 units, 6 units, and you start scaling there, financing is really readily available. If you bought right, you leveraged right, then you add value, increase the rents, don't go in, put the kitchen in, don't go in, do all this crazy stuff, go in, and start raising the rents, because that's why you bought it. You've seen value. Keep raising before you even put any capital improvements in there. The market, the tenants tell you, okay, no more, Bobby.
Too high.
Now I want a kitchen. Give me something if you want more. That's when you do the CapEx. We did it all, stage by stage, man. I know every asset class, and I didn't skip it, because I know, man, every time I skipped in my life, it was horrible. It was a homicide scene. So I'm pretty good on not skipping it. Well, I don't want to take forever to get there, Bobby, so
Right.
what do? I'm urgent about it, not desperate.
Right.
Desperate and urgency, cousins, but they behave differently and they have different outcomes. I used to be desperate, terrible. Now I'm urgent. How am I urgent? Buy the property, learn from it, maximize it, add value to it, exit from it, figure out what your ROI is. Like, wow, man, that was pretty cool. And the only way that happened was during these steps. It delivers you that outcome, and then in spending the money, instead of going out and spending the 12 million bucks, buying a piece of property, or maybe buying something emotionally that I'm attached to, no. It's constantly being invested in multifamily.
Whether you make 50 grand a year, 500 grand a year, or $500,000 a month like Bobby, you should be buying real estate. If you really want it, you can make it happen.
Man, do you think if you buy this today, do you think it's gonna be worth more in 5 years? The answer is a yes.
Right.